Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today, we're going to talk about Ethereum closing in on price discovery. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. So, like Bitcoin, Ethereum is also closing in on price discovery. And actually, if we look at weekly candles, the weekly closes that we've seen among the highest have been just shy of a very modest $4,000. Okay, just shy of $4,000 on these weekly closes. Okay, currently the valuation of Ethereum is $37.94, so we still have a couple $100s to go before we're closing in on a $4,000 Ether, at least, and also wanting to close it on the weekly time frame. Now, what has been my speculation all along? It's that this is long reaccumulation, that we will eventually break out to the upside, and that if Bitcoin leads, the Ethereum valuation against Bitcoin in the short term will likely trend down, but then it'll usually pick back up mid-December or January. Okay, so far we've seen the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation bleed. The last couple of days though, it's moved up. So this is a great thing for Ethereum. I still would say let's be cautious and say, well, is it going to go up right now? Is it going to put a new all-time highs sooner rather than not? I would still personally lean towards Bitcoin leading the way for a while. This is my assumption, but it doesn't change anything, right? I'm happy no matter what happens at this stage. I think Ethereum has a lot more upside potential from here, above $4,000, but we still might need a little bit of time to see that breakout. So what we're looking at here is, we had one test of 4K. And we know we had a wick to $4,400 or around there. No one's getting out of bed for a wick. We had one test, a second test. Look, if we keep testing it, it's going to fall, right? It's just simply going to fall eventually. Or we're not going to get rejected every single time forever. More than likely, it will fall at one point, or at some point. Let's go look and see what happened on prior tests. Okay, let's go take a look at this one. So this one, it looks something like this. All right, so we had one test, two tests. The third test came just shy of it, all right, and then it actually went down for just a few more weeks, okay, and then it broke through. So look at this one compared to where we are today, all right? So this is what we're looking at. There are some similarities, okay? So you have 1, 2, and then it goes up. Look at look how similar this is, right? 1, 2, and then off the bull market support band here. The only question is are we going to get that last pullback? Are we going to get that last pullback or not? And that last pullback, if you look at this one, it lasted for about 1 month. All right, so if it were to repeat today, it would basically just mean having to wait 1 more month. Now, that is the more bullish. Well, it's not even the most bullish scenario, right? The most bullish scenario is we don't even get another pullback. We just go straight through it, and we just keep on moving. Okay, but this would be what happened last time. If you go back to this phase over here, which at this point it doesn't really look like we're following anymore. This one had a 1, 2, and 2 actually was the all-time high. No, it took out the all-time high from 1. Also, it had a third test right here. But then it got completely wrecked in the short term, and then it broke through. And it got wrecked from October, November, and December. All right, so what are we looking at here with Ethereum? What are we looking at? I'm looking at one of these scenarios playing out. One, let's just call this. We'll call this A. We'll call this B. And then C would just be this, but no final pullback. So the way I look at it is like this. Look, do I know what's going to happen in the short term? No, I don't. I wish I did. I wish I had a crystal ball. I don't. What I do think is that it's either going to be A, B, or C, and you might say, oh, so you're saying it can go up or down. Well, not really. I'm saying that we are in accumulation, and it's going to ultimately break out to the upside within the next let's say, probably within the next couple of months, okay? January by the latest. Because remember, Ethereum makes the strongest moves in January, but that doesn't mean it can't put in new all-time highs until then. Okay, what if, imagine a scenario where Ethereum puts in a new all-time high in a couple weeks or something. Maybe we slowly trend up to a very modest $5,000 Ethereum, $6,000 Ethereum, and then next year then we really get moving, right? I mean, you have to consider this a possibility. So I say, look, A or B, meaning if it's A or B, we still get one final pullback. If it's A, the pullback is substantial, which I don't really know. I mean, I'm not leaning towards this one. All right, I'm not leaning towards a 50%. You might look at this and say, well, that's not that big of a correction. Well, it actually was. I mean, from this here, it was like a 60. It was one more 60% drop. I'm not leaning towards that. We have to admit it could happen though. Like, it is a possibility. This one right now is playing. It looks like it's playing out a little bit closer. If this were to happen, what it would mean is just one more pullback to the bull market support band. Okay, so it would just mean one more pullback to the bull market support band, and you can see that the bull market support band now is actually already closing in on $3,000. So that would be scenario B. Scenario C, of course, is just, forget the final pullback. We're going straight up now. So I think one of those three things are going to play out, A, B, or C. No matter what plays out, whether we have a substantial pullback, a small pullback, or no pullback, it all ends the same way, right? And what is that way? It's that Ethereum will ultimately break out within the next, 2 to 3 months. It'll break out and put in new all-time highs within the next 2 to 3 months, and start to go back into price discovery mode again. I mean, I get that 4,400 is the line in the sand, so you have to remember that it's not 4K. 4K is certainly a barrier, but then we still have more work to do above 4K. We need to get to 4,400, and then we're in price discovery mode. So this is what I'm looking at right now for Ethereum. We are still in long accumulation, even above 3,800. I'd still say this is just long reaccumulation. Really, anything below 4,400 is just long accumulation, I think. So keep it in mind. Let's see what happens. If Bitcoin gets moving here, it can leave other coins in the dust. So we've seen that happen before. The highest weekly close for Bitcoin isn't that far away. So you can see Bitcoin is approaching its highest weekly close. Ethereum is approaching its highest weekly close. They're coming together. They're both approaching it at the same time. If Bitcoin gets kicked back down to say 53, 54K, same thing's going to happen to Ethereum. It's going to get kicked back 10, 15%. But if that happens, that could present just one more opportunity to scoop up Ethereum. So this is sort of how I see the market right now. If you guys like the content, remember we have the premium list. Prices are going up on Monday, so make sure you check it out. Lock in the lower rate if you want access to the weekly reports and videos, the Telegram alerts channel, Telegram chat room, the risk dashboard, and more into thecryptoverse.com. At the very least, subscribe, click the bell icon, turn on notifications, and I will see you next time. Bye.